FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Now I'll start with intelligence. But first, a quick story. I met Dame Eliza Manningham Buller just after the September 11th attacks. And I was then very new to my job, and she was very experienced, and I asked her what she considered was the key to MI5's success in thwarting terrorist attacks. And she said two things: sources and wires. Sources and wires. And that is as true today as it was the day I heard it, because sources and wires provide the intelligence we need to stop terrorist attacks. But intelligence by its nature is imperfect. Human sources may not be 100% reliable. Technology may not always be in the right place at the right time and may not capture everything we need to hear or read. And even with the best technology, the most reliable sources, and the most talented personnel, intelligence is an art, not a science. It is a continual process of trying to determine what we know and what we don't know, and then finding ways to fill those gaps. Dame Eliza has put it this way: often difficult decisions need to be made on the basis of intelligence, which is fragmentary and difficult to interpret. Some is gold, some dross, and all of it requires validation, analysis, and assessment. And we in the FBI are panning for gold. First, we have to determine in which streams we are likely to find gold, which suspected networks, which human sources, which websites. And then agents and analysts must take their pans and wade through the waters of intelligence, carefully searching for nuggets of gold amid streams of repetitive or irrelevant information. The gold might be a phone number, or a name, or a receipt on a bank transaction. It will likely be hidden among thousands of other scraps of information. But with deft, methodical sifting, we can separate the gold from the dross, as Dame Eliza would say. But as she also points out, gathering the intelligence is just the start. It then must be verified and connected to other intelligence, and even then, we are only seeing part of the picture. Our goal is to get as close as possible to having the complete picture. For the FBI, this means we often continue to collect information long after we have gathered enough evidence for prosecution. Once we have the threat under control, we use these cases as intelligence collection platforms. And our mission is not just to disrupt an isolated plot, but to thoroughly dismantle the entire network that supports it. As Jonathan Evans has said, knowing of somebody is not the same as knowing all about somebody. And once we identify a terror suspect, we need to know everything we can about him. Who are his associates? Where does his money come from? Where does he travel? With whom does he communicate? And we try to exhaust every possible avenue of inquiry before making an arrest. And yet the investigation may still continue, often does, in many cases thanks to the cooperation of the person who has been charged. With each unique investigation, we wrestle with the same questions. Have we struck the right balance between security and freedom? Did we take every reasonable step? What if we didn't peel back the layer that would have revealed a connection to another terrorist network or another terrorist plot? And we have learned the answers to these questions through hard experience.